All right. This is going to be an interesting one. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be interesting. We do have 3 out of 5 Polar players. Similar to Olympians, we're going to have a sub support line. It's interesting to me that so many teams have a sub support line. I feel like support is such an important role. I feel like, I don't know. I would rather have sub DPS than supports, but maybe I'm just tripping. But that's the case. We're going to have Team Owner Pokora on tank. Shoreline Pie and Consta going to be the DPS, and the Clown from Saturn subbing in for Polar, and Cervantes, Owner of Phoenix, going to be subbing in on Polar as well. Angels is a full Angels roster. So keep in mind, even if Polar wins, they're going to get a -2 points for that, which is the equivalent of losing 2 maps for having 2 players come play for them, you know? Spicy Indiana beat Friday last night with 3 E-subs. We went 2-0. Really? How did that happen? Florida is like one of the biggest teams by a lot. I get it if like Indiana had like, Indiana was originally going to have an insane team. I don't know if those knew that. Indiana originally had a collegiate team, but then something happened with the dude that was actually owning the Indiana team, and it kind of all fell apart. So that's crazy if Indiana actually won that. All right, we're going to get things started. E-Man going to waste no time hooking in Constant. E-Man, who normally plays DPS, going to be on the tank today for Angels. Shoreline Pie is still going to get a double. And Polar is still not wiped completely off this point. Mike with a nice sleep. I'm so used to seeing Mike as a emergency sub that my brain didn't connect the dots real quick that he's actually playing for this team. Gonna chase down Shoreline. It is gonna be the Angels starting strong here. So this is interesting because even with 2 emergency subs, I would consider Polar to be the strong favorite for this match. I know that's weird, but this team is so good that even if they can have a few of their players show up, they're goated. Before we had the rule where you need at least 3 players to show up, Polar once had only 2 teams show up. 2 players show up versus the Hunters, which is definitely a top tier team in this league, and they've won a map because they just hit that many shots. It's insane. This team can be goated, and honestly, if Polar locks in and makes the playoffs, which is very possible, I believe they're 2-2 right now, so they just need to win 2 of the next 3. If they make the playoffs, honestly, they could go really far if they can just get their players to come to the matches, which I'm not going to act like I should be anybody's top priority. I know that I'm not. I know this is some plumber's league, but I'm just saying this team could go far if they make it. Lots of kills raining in for the Angels. Shoreline Pie going to pop the overclock, but going to be shut down by E-Man. E-Man looking strong on tank. You know, sometimes when players are put on different roles that I'm not used to them seeing, they don't play super well. And I have not seen E-Man on tank. Former Fresa's DPS moved over to Angels this season. Fresa's, you know, a very strong team. They just 3-0'd Monarchs the other day, which is pretty insane. But even then, E-Man thought that, you know, there might be greener pastures somewhere else, because I think it was an amicable split up. I think E-Man said that they didn't need him anymore, which, that can happen for different reasons, you know? So what does that say about Fresa's if this tank player right now who's off-rolling and still doing well against Polar, if Fresa's didn't need him? It sounds like Fresa's might be scarier than we might think. That's what it sounds like to me. Polar after causes the East Summon rule. Hey, they got 3 today. They needed exactly 3, and they got 3. So it was definitely scary, but they did. Speaking of scary, going to be a close finish there for the first point. Polar will squeak it out. It was 98-99. This looks even though. The DPS for Polar are going to have a big task here. These Angels players, you know, they play as a unit. All 5 of these players, they are on the Angels team. So Polar is kind of walking in here. It's kind of like queuing up for a random comp game and getting the Clown and Cervantes on your team, who neither of them are bad players at all. But they don't have any chemistry with Polar at all. These are subs coming in so that we can still stream this match. We can still have this match. For Gore to cap. That's crazy. But yeah, so emergency subs, they are great. They allow us to play the matches, but keep in mind they get the same reward whether they win or lose the game. So while most of them will try to win, they're not going to be maybe as locked in as you might want them to be. So the goal is to always just have your own players come. Consta going to get a 4-man blade on that. Going to slice up everybody but the tank E-Man, who's finished off shortly after. And Polar already on track to win the second point as well. We'll see if they can do it. So tomorrow's going to be the end of week 5. I know that's crazy. We are going to have a week off for the holidays, so there's going to be no matches after Sunday tomorrow for a week. But when we come back, we're going to have 2 weeks left of the regulars. There's just 7 weeks. It's crazy how far we've already made it in this new bracket, this new system. When we come back, every team will have exactly 2 matches. And it's going to be quite the playoff race. Just trying not to yap when a pressing gameplay happens. Sorry. I am too invested in the different things going on with the different teams. It's so much more interesting than the play-by-play. It was a big blade. Okay, it was a big blade. Alright. Alright, I'll lock in with Gaston. Thank you for your feedback. Alright. Polar up 2 flashpoints. Man, gonna be swapping over to the Reinhardt. That's an interesting pick against the D.Va. Aqua gonna be picked off by Consta. Not gonna be able to get close enough to this point. This is starting off very close, and it's slowly getting less close. It seems like maybe Polar is starting to get some chemistry with their supports now. Maybe that was the problem with first point. You know, the point that they still even won anyway. But either that, or they're just warming up, because I think all 3 of these players literally just loaded up Overwatch for Polar. They're 3 players. They just got on the game, so maybe that first point is just shaking the rust off a little bit, and now sliding in to their usual play styles here. Now we could be up for a real lopsided match. Playoffs, contention, top 8 seeds, top 12. The top half teams of the league will be going to the playoffs. The top 4 teams get a bye. First round bye. And the only reason we do that is because, like, otherwise we'd have to put the 1 seed up against the 16 seed. And I can just tell you right now, that's not gonna be fun, okay? We're not gonna put, like, what would be the 16 seed? Like, I don't know. It would be like Phoenix, maybe. We're not gonna put Phoenix up against Phantoms, okay? Nobody wants to watch that. It would just, it's just murder, for murder's sake. But I think top 12 teams, probably a pretty good mix. Especially if the best 4 teams in the league get a first round bye anyway. All right, Polar gonna lock in there. They're gonna get all 3 flashpoints in quick succession. You want to watch that? You want to watch Phantoms absolutely destroy the 16th seed team for 2 straight maps? All right, it's gonna be Polar winning map number 1. Angels are going to select map number 2. I don't even have to go to the map view. They're going to pick Lijiang Tower. We might be able to just load this up and just start this. I don't even need to switch to be right back. We'll see. It's just pretty nuts. I don't know. Other than that, dude, that's literally my only complaint, though. I mean, that's gotta say something good about the game. That and maybe sports might be a bit busted, but I play sports, so I'm not gonna complain. All right, here we go. Angels versus Polar. Polar off to a nice start. The match was very close on that first flashpoint, and then it has not been close at all since then. Aqua going to shut down Consta there, though. That's a great start for Angels. Unfortunately for them, Shoreline is going to pick off Mocha, so a little DPS duel. E-Man going to be making their way to point. E-Man going to be on the hog this time, looks like. Mike winning the trade on the Clown, and this is looking like an Angels team fight to set the tone here. They will have to finish off Bakura, who going to be on Hazard. I know this is off topic, and I know Smelly just got on me about yapping. But whatever happened? I thought there was supposed to be a tank named Freak. What the hell happened to that? I haven't been keeping up, man. Honestly, with the state of the game or any development announcements or anything. thought the next tank was supposed to be named Freak. Did I miss something? E-Man. Big hook on Acosta. Unfortunately for him, going to be quickly traded by Shoreline. And looks like the Clown might get their revenge. Oh, did Mike survive that? Never mind. Mike surviving it. Freak is like a team of people. Hazard is part of Freak. Interesting. Okay, thank you. Thank you. Because I was seeing like concept art of the hero, and it was like, I thought it was like a female hero, and it was like green, kind of looking like Junker Queen. But then I saw like the hero release. I'm like, wait, that's not what I was seeing on like TikTok. I don't know. Polar will take back control of the map. Hazard off from Cora. Taking a ton of heat though, but luckily Shoreline going to come in with a 3-kill on the Sojourn. I guess Shoreline does not care that Sojourn was nerfed. Sojourn nerfed recently, to my utter dismay, but if a high elo player like Shoreline can still play Sojourn at this level, that's got me thinking that it might still be okay to play her. Gonna find Mocha on the side there. E-Man gonna be in trouble. Feel like they reused Malga's model. Yeah, dude is definitely a big chunky tank for sure. I don't have him disabled, he's here. Vicora's totally playing him right now. Nice little pick there on Aqua. Angels will get a couple picks outside their spawn. Clown gonna get Mike again. Clown coming in as a sub and really shutting down Mike on this Lucio duel. I bet he's gonna get absolutely punished here though. No, gonna be able to get away from E-Man. Angels with lots of ults, let's see how they use them. Everything but the Lucio ult. But Cervantes gonna get first blood on Aqua. Cervantes gonna get a double kill. Cervantes is looking like me on BAP out here, gonna get 3 kills. Honestly, the emergency subs looking OP right now for Polar. Keep in mind, we do put a cap on emergency subs. Diamond 1 is the highest you can be on a rank to play as an emergency sub. But man, the Clown and Cervantes are contributing a ton to this Polar team right now. That's the thing, you know, like on the lower side of the bracket, Diamond 1 can be out average or even higher than average in some of our players. I mean, we have players in this league who are gold, who are plat. He tries not to ego himself. Okay, well, it's just because I'm a really... Junior, you don't understand. If you played BAP on the level I play BAP, I don't think you'd be able to stop talking about it either. Like, when I queue up for open queue and I just hard carry a game by just playing the character to utter perfection. What tank do I play? I'd love to see some Doom, Bakura. Always love to see Doom. But that might be hard against a Roadhog. Mike kills himself. I'm not sure if it was on purpose or if it was a rollout gone wrong. Apparently it was tactical. Constantly going to be swapping over to the Pharah. This is what I mean, man. Polar is a good team. They could be a sneaky playoff threat if everybody pulls up. Wish I could play ball without my teammates slamming me. Well, here's a beautiful thing about that, Cardley. I used to use this all the time when I solo queue. Comp. Slash, hide, chat, enter, and then you don't have to care. I'm the kind of person that one comment from a teammate literally ruins my day. I will like get so mad that I can't even like relax. So I would use the solo queue comp and I would just turn the chat off completely. And I know that's bad because you can't communicate with your teammates, but I don't know, man. I won a lot of games that way. Won a lot of games just almost treating Overwatch like it was a single player game, you know? Treating everybody else like an AI. It was fun. Polar in control of the second objective here. if they win this second objective and win the map, they are going to be up 2-0, and Angels will have the option to forfeit. Angels were the first team to make use of the forfeit. I think they're the only team in the league who have forfeited twice. Angels might have, Olympians might have forfeited against Phantoms. I don't remember. Update the scoreboard. Aye, Captain. Thank you. Appreciate that reminder. Alright, Consta with the barrage that could shut this thing down. Cervantes still getting kills on the BAP. Dude forgot he was an emergency sub. And this could be map 2 in the books. Aqua will get Consta, so that does take that all out of play, but does anybody even have a touch? I think anybody does.
Ragu spaghetti sauce. That's the talent.
This ends